Hey, I'm Sam Tabor, and today I'm going to teach you how to no-comply 180. So the no-comply 180 is kind of a weird trick because you don't really, like as soon as you start trying it, you don't really know how to try it, which is why I'm here to teach you how to do it. So as far as the foot positioning goes, I like to have my back foot square on the tail like that. I mean, some people do this, but I don't like to have it right there or right there. I like to have it square, right where the concave starts to go up. I like to have my foot flat where that concave is. For me, I get the best control out of that, but you can experiment and see what's best for you. As far as my front foot goes, I like to have it kind of on my, not on my tippy toes, but the top part of my foot I like to have right there. And for me, that's easiest to take my foot off and plant on the ground while this foot does the popping. So I think that's the easiest foot position for me. So how this trick works is you're going to rotate your shoulders and you're going to take this foot off, plant it on the ground, and at the same time, this foot is going to be popping this board up and your leg is kind of going to guide it like so. If my arm was my leg, it would go like this. It would go and kind of guide it to do a 180, and then you kind of get back on the board. You don't kind of get back on the board, you do get back on the board. So what's really hard to understand about this trick at first is how in the world you plant off and pop up at the same time. And I'm gonna kind of explain how that works. Basically, people worry too much about planting and popping at the same time, but in reality, if you have a lot of pressure on your back and you take your foot off of your board, your board is going to pop up. That's just kind of the physics of it. If you have pressure right here, take your foot off, it will pop up. And that's exactly what you do. You don't focus too much on sliding it and doing it real quick. You just try to take your foot off and make sure that it pops when you take your foot off. And that takes a lot of practice. It's really weird actually at first, but once you get it, it feels pretty natural. So this trick doesn't really have a lot of steps to it, but the steps that are in it are weird. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is rotate your shoulders. And once you're rotated and you're ready to pop, you're going to take your front foot off while this is popping, and you're going to lift your foot up as soon as it pops, your back foot. And that will suck the board up to your back foot. As soon as it pops and your foot is on the ground and you're rotating, you can literally guide the board with your back foot. It's super weird. But yeah, that's exactly how it works. And it's really, really weird at first, but like I said, if you just practice, you will get the hang of it. I think the biggest issue with this is either not getting the 180 because you're worried too much about like putting your foot down and popping, and that, once again, that just comes with practice. You'll get the hang of it. But I think another big issue once you actually get that pop is the board flipping like that when you're turning. And the best way to prevent that is to not try so hard. When I tried like really, really hard, like and I popped too much like crazy, it would just go like, and like just fly in any direction. Basically, the main way to fix that is to keep your foot square in the middle of your tail, just like so, and to make sure you use your leg to guide it. A big thing that will help you is to make sure your back foot is on the board at all times. Don't try to just fling it out, and you will see that it's a lot easier to just keep it from flipping and keep it under you as well. A way that you can get the rotation of the no-comply 180 down is to not fully commit to it yet. And basically what you'll do is you'll take your front foot off and you'll pop it and you'll rotate it and you'll just leave this foot on the ground. Another thing you can do is leave the foot on the ground and then just put it back up after the board already landed on the ground. That's how I learned it. That's how probably a ton of people learn how to no-comply 180, is just to get the rotation first and not really land it. And then once it's on the ground, you can just step back on. And then once you get the confidence, you can pop it in the air and you can just bring your front foot up and land it without having it touch the ground. So that's basically the basics of the no-comply 180. It's a pretty awesome trick because in the middle of lines, if you want to go to like switch or fakie, you can just do a no-comply 180 and you're there. So it's really nice. Just keep on practicing. It's super weird at first, but I know you will get it. And that is all I have to say. I'm going to focus my board.